Yo, what's up guys? My name is Dominic. Welcome back to my channel, Dominic Talks Movies. If you're watching this, it is New Year's Eve, or I guess if you're not watching this the day it comes out, Happy New Year. It's 2021. Thank the Lord. I am so done with 2020, to be honest with you guys. 2020 was really not that great of a year for me. Other than the fact that I started this channel, I met everyone I know from YouTube to this year. So there were some really amazing things that happened in my life. But I think overall as a whole, we can agree that 2020 was definitely not the greatest year. Maybe not the worst, but it's definitely up there. At least for me, it's not the worst just because all this YouTube stuff happened. But anyway, I just wanted to kind of make a little video for you guys just to end off the year on a high note. I know it hasn't been a great year, but just know that I'm thankful for every single one of you guys that watch my videos. And if you do watch this video and you're not subscribed, then consider subscribing. But I'm almost certain that this video will be basically only my subscribers watching, which is completely fine. But thank you guys again for watching, and I think what I'm going to do with this video, other than what I just talked about a little bit on 2020, I'm going to go over and rank all of the films that I've seen that were released in 2020, which really is like not that many. I think it's like 9. And then I'm going to go over some stuff that I'm excited for 2021, some videos I have planned, a couple films that I'm really excited to see. So I hope you guys are excited for this video. It's going to be a really chill video, but I hope you enjoy. Alright, so starting for the 2020 films ranked, these are all new releases that were released in 2020 that I got to see this year, or that I wanted to see this year. But there was a bunch that I could have seen, but I just chose not to because I didn't feel like it. Got my trusty phone handy here with Letterboxd, my list on here. If you want to follow me, Letterboxd, I'll put the link in the description. I'm sure most of you guys already follow me there, but if you don't for some reason, then definitely do, because whenever I watch a movie, I post a written review on Letterboxd. Got a bunch of ranked lists and stuff like that, so you're probably going to like that if you like my channel. So, coming in last place, quite easily, if you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I hated this movie, and it was Artemis Fowl. Absolutely, like, it is really difficult to not hate this movie. It was really terrible. And someone that I personally actually grew up reading some of those books, and I actually really liked them. And the movie was very disappointing. Really bad movie, some bad acting, which I guess you can't fully blame them because, I mean, he is kind of a child actor per se. But, you know, child actors are very hit and miss. This was definitely a miss. The other characters were really bland. The story was boring. Everything kind of just sucked. There's not that much else to say. Coming in, every film from now on, 8 all the way up until 1, I at least had a good time watching them. I enjoyed it. So coming in at number 8, I have Enola Holmes. I actually did enjoy this movie. Millie Bobby Brown is just so charming, and like, she's just so fun. She really just kills it in everything she's in. I love Stranger Things. She was really great in this. She fit the role perfectly. She kind of built it around her personality, I would say, which I thought really worked. The fourth wall breaking was, I mean, I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. There was a bunch of stuff that was really dragged out. A lot of the movie felt slow and like a little too long. But the stuff that did work really worked, and it was actually a really fun film. So I think if they cut it down another 15 minutes, maybe even half an hour, this could have been a really fun movie, and I would have loved it. I still had a good time with it though, and I can't really crap on it too much because I just enjoyed watching it. So coming in at number 7 here, I have Birds of Prey. Margot Robbie obviously just kills it and everything. She's just such a good actress, and you know, what can't she do basically. This film was really good. Definitely, I think, my favorite DC film so far. I guess DCEU film, because the Christopher Nolan Batman films are considered DC. But yeah, this was actually a really fun movie. I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did, even though I didn't love it. But I don't know. I mean, I just had a really fun time. Ewan McGregor really gave a great performance in the role, and it was just a fun, awesomely choreographed film that was just kind of crazy and wacky, and that's exactly what I wanted from it, so I can't really complain. Coming in at my number 6 spot, I have I'm Thinking of Ending Things, Charlie Kaufman's film from 2020. I really wanted to like this a lot more than I did. I'm not gonna lie to you. I know that a lot of people say that I take all of my opinions from Karsten Runquist because just so happens that I agree with him a lot of the time. But this one I did not agree with him at all because he loved this. I think this is one of his favorite films of 2020 or something. But I was a little disappointed by this film, to be completely honest with you. I don't think I'd seen a single Charlie Kaufman film. I'm pretty sure he wrote movies before or maybe directed. I'm not 100% certain, but I hadn't seen any of his films before. And I was expecting a lot, which maybe that's my fault, but I was expecting a lot from it. And I will say that it was really well written, really well acted, really well made, but I was just bored. And that's like a cardinal sin of film, where like if the movie can be really well made and you just aren't entertained, and then it kind of just is not that great of a movie, which is why, although I hate to admit it, I can understand completely why people don't like 2001 if they think it's boring and slow, because it's technically a masterpiece, 100%, no doubt in my mind. But if someone just isn't entertained by it, they don't like the slow, patient structure of the film and like the no character kind of elements, then they're obviously just not going to have a good time with it. And I can understand that. That's exactly how I felt with this film. Technically amazingly made. One of, if not the best technically made film this year, I would say. And I just was bored, so I really can't say much more than that. Coming in at number 5, I have David Fincher's film Mank. I did like this a lot more than other people did. A lot of people really didn't like this. I can kind of understand. It's kind of targeted at a really niche audience, and I am a part of that niche audience because I love Citizen Kane. I love 1930s, 1940s Hollywood, just something that appeals to me. And I just loved it. I think the standout here was Amanda Seyfried, who was amazing. She really killed it and stole every scene that she was in. Gary Oldman did give a great performance though. The cinematography, in my opinion, is best cinematography worthy at the Oscars. It's my pick to win best cinematography. Just phenomenal, super crisp, clean, and very smooth. I love the black and white. Obviously it fits the aesthetic of that time period very well. And I just really had a good time with this movie. It felt a little bit long, but you know what? I was entertained basically the entire runtime. So other than that, like the acting performances were great. Cinematography was phenomenal. Direction was really great because it's David Fincher, obviously, and I just had a good time with it. You know, this film was targeted for someone like me, and I just really liked the movie. So, yeah. Coming in at number 4. Number 4 and number 3 for me, I haven't really fully decided yet, so these could really be interchanged. But coming in at number 4 for me is The Trial of the Chicago 7. Really loved this. As soon as I finished watching it, I think it's only gotten a little worse over time. You know, I started liking it a little bit less as I thought about it more. I don't think Eddie Redmayne in the main role doesn't even give the best performance. He gives a good performance, don't get me wrong, but I think the best performance in this film was Sacha Baron Cohen, who really blew me away because I'd only seen like his comedic films, obviously, like Borat, so when he was in this film, I was really skeptical, but he honestly gave a really great performance. Definitely the best of the movie in my opinion. Joseph Gordon-Levitt also gave a good performance. His character was meh. He wasn't incredibly written or anything. He didn't have much depth, but he was well acted. It was pretty well directed. I mean, Aaron Sorkin, I would prefer if he stuck to writing and let the great directors like David Fincher direct the films for him. But, you know, it wasn't badly directed or anything, so I can't really give him too much crap. And obviously it was amazing writing from Aaron Sorkin himself. It was a great movie. It was one that I was not as entertained by More so, I was kind of just in awe of the filmmaking of it because, you know, obviously someday, ideally, I would like to make my own movie, and movies like this where they're amazingly technically made. I don't know if that is English, but those are the films that kind of inspire me. So this one definitely deserves a place higher on my list because of how inspiring it is to a aspiring filmmaker like myself. So I really did like this film. Just there's a couple movies that I liked a little bit more. Coming in at number 3, as I said, potentially replaceable with number 4, I have Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I'm gonna like start tearing up just thinking about this movie. Chadwick Boseman, man, rest in peace. We lost him way too soon. Such a talented actor. I will be the first to admit that I didn't really get into his body of work until he died, unfortunately, because he was incredibly talented. I'd only seen Black Panther before he died, which I honestly thought he was pretty great in, but then you go, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom gives what I've seen and what a lot of others think to be his best performance of his career. He gives a phenomenal performance. It is so gripping. You really are so invested into his character, even more than Ma Rainey herself, who is the main character of the film. I guess kind of not really. I guess Chadwick's character is kind of the main character, but you know, the film's named after Ma Rainey, and she's not really the main character, so that kind of shows you how his performance is. Just absolutely incredible. But yeah, like, he made me cry in a scene that maybe shouldn't have made me cry, but it was a mixture of Chadwick not being with us anymore and just some phenomenal acting and some great writing, and I just really had a good time with this film. Really simple, just a good time. Coming in at my number 2 spot, I have Christopher Nolan's Tenet. Now this was my number 1 spot for a long time. I really love this film. A lot of people really hate this movie. I don't understand that at all, to be completely honest with you. I mean, I respect their opinion, obviously, because I respect everyone's opinion, so I just don't understand why. If you say you were bored by this film, that baffles me even more. I don't know how anyone could be bored by this, but I digress. I will explain why I like the film, because that's what this video is. Obviously, Christopher Nolan is a great director. He really brought his A game when it comes to his style and whatnot in this film. There are some amazing action sequences choreographed amazingly. John David Washington, I personally thought, gave a really good performance. Same with Robert Pattinson, and especially Kenneth Branagh gave a great performance, I think. So around the board, the performances were really good. Obviously the Christopher Nolan style really fit this film. It was confusing, but I kind of understood what was going on enough that I was entertained by the film, and it was just all this mixed together, it being such a cool, entertaining film, combined with the fact that this was the first film I'd seen in theaters since God knows when, because theaters have been closed for how long. Just made for such an awesome experience. I've yet to rewatch it, but I know I'm gonna like it just as much, because I mean, this was just such a cool movie, and I really can't wait to rewatch it again. But I just loved Tenet, man. Christopher Nolan, I've been on record saying I think he's overrated, but this is just an amazing film, and it really just shows how talented he is as a director, in my opinion. But coming in at number 1, we got Pixar's Soul. I don't want to say I told you so to the people in the critic community, but I told you so because I knew I was going to love this film. I'm just like a lover of music films kind of in general, and even though the music was kind of just a way to carry the story forward, it wasn't the main focus, I really loved those aspects of it. Joe Gardner is such a human and real character that I really just related to, and kind of the themes of existentialism and finding your purpose in life, and kind of just knowing that life is short and you got to live it to the fullest. That whole thing really resonates with me, because I've been through stuff where I've kind of questioned my own life's meaning, I guess, and this film really just made me rethink it as a whole and just, you know, really hammer home the idea of the fact that you have to live life to the fullest no matter what. And I just loved it. It was funny. It was incredibly animated. It's the most beautiful Pixar animation I've ever seen. And honestly, just overall, it's just a phenomenal film. And now it is one of my favorite movies of all time. I just loved Soul, man. It was great. Now talking about the 2020 films, I want to just quickly go over a few videos I have planned for 2021. If you're in the critic community, you know a couple things of some videos that I have planned. One that I've been working on for a long time. It's honestly kind of hard to get through, but I'm doing a Martin Scorsese binge. I'm going to be coming out with a Martin Scorsese films ranked in 2021. He has like 25 or 24 films or something crazy like that. It's been really hard to get through his films because a lot of them are really close to 3 hours and really draining. So it's really difficult, but I'm trying to get that done for you guys because I know you're going to love it. Then I'm going to be also doing a Pixar binge, which I think I'm about halfway through right now. So I'm going to be giving you guys a Pixar films ranked. Absolutely love Pixar, and I haven't even, like, I've seen like a little bit less than half of their films, so I'm really excited to check the rest out. So that's coming in 2021, some Pixar ranked, and then I got a couple other director rankings planned, maybe some Spike Lee thrown in the mix, you know, maybe some Wes Anderson when The French Dispatch comes out. But those are kind of my videos planned for 2021. If you guys are excited, definitely make sure to leave a like, comment down below what videos you want to see from me in 2021. But that's basically it for this video. I will see you guys in the next one.